Hello, hi everyone. If you can hear me and see me okay, just give me a thumbs up if you are live and let me know. If you are just joining us, make sure to comment below so I know you are joining us today. I am sorry, this lighting is terrible. I look like I am standing in the dark. I actually do have a lamp over here, but it still looks like I am in the dark. So hopefully you guys can at least see me and hear me okay. If you don't know who I am, or if you are new here, my name is Coach Kayla. I am a online plant-based dietitian, nutrition, and run coach, and I help plant-based runners to help them fuel and train to be and feel their best. So I'm excited you're here tonight. We have a great episode for the Plant-Based Performance podcast on how to reflect on the past, plan for the future, but still stay in the now, and to the plant-based performance running community and the plant-based performance running audience that we have here. So thank you so much for joining. If you are just joining me, real quick, just comment below, say hi. I want to know you're on. And if you haven't been here as well, let us know who you are, where you're from. Also, click that link above me to allow Streamer to show your name. If you could do that, that would be awesome. And if you watch this on replay, just comment below replay. So, as I said, today we're going to be really talking about reflecting on the past, planning for the future, and staying present. So, this is going to still relate to running. And I know this may seem a little bit off topic or maybe a little bit different than kind of my normal content, but personally, there's just been a lot of these things coming up, a lot of these things going on, and I know I'm not alone. I know you guys are feeling the same way, especially this time of the end of the year. So I wanted to share these thoughts with all of you, and hoping that it also helps you as well on your journey. So when if you've ever experienced feeling, either feeling like you're just can't, feeling like your mind is controlling you, feeling like it's really hard for you to move on from the past. A lot of that times that results in depression. When we're super focused on the future and when we are constantly thinking about the future and what it's going to look like, or feeling afraid of what that's going to be or what that's going to look like, that can result in anxiety. So I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist, but I can share, my experience and the things that I have seen working with runners and how I've been able to help them, but stay within my scope of practice. So that's what we're kind of going to focus on. I obviously can't diagnose anybody. But those are kind of, those are most commonly known as the things that we're struggling with. Those things, that's what they're usually associated with. Depression is usually associated with the past, and anxieties associated with the future. So when it comes to the end of the year, this is a really good time to reflect on the past. And there are certain times when this is good to do. You may think, as I just said, well, that can lead to depression thinking about the past. But when we reflect on the past, what I want you to do, or what I encourage you to do, or what I suggest is to reflect on the past and learn from those mistakes, but also focus on what you have accomplished. Focus on the positives. Focus on the things you have done well. Because that is more, going about it in a more positive way is a positive way to look at the past. A lot of times we dwell on the past as in, the things that are more unpleasant that have happened. But when we want to, we still want to reflect on the past to become better, to continue to grow. We still have to somewhat reflect on the past, but how we can do this in a way that's, not going to kind of lead to feeling, depressed or sad or any of that, is really focusing on the positive aspects and the positive, the accomplishments that you've had. So I see a couple people. I don't know who you are, but hi, I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining. Did get a comment here. I always look back to 16 years of running and 126 road races my legs have given me through those years. Yes, and that's amazing. And I'm so glad you look back at that as a good experience and maybe not, oh, it's Francisco. I thought so. I thought maybe from that, when you said 16 years of running, I thought that might be Francisco. Um, and that's a very good way to look at it, is to look at the past in a positive way. Maybe some of those races, some of those runs may have not been the best, but looking back at it as, wow, I had a really good experience overall. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity and experience that I had. So that's what we really want to focus on when we focus on, really reflecting on the past. It's just really focusing on, as I said, the positives, and the accomplishments. And we can really get down and beat ourselves up over maybe we didn't do this enough, or maybe we didn't train hard enough, maybe we didn't weren't dialed into our nutrition enough, or we could say, um, you know, we could also blame it, maybe not even ourselves. We could blame on external factors. We could blame on the weather, and we could blame it on, the we could blame it on COVID, right? There's so much that's happened this year that we could blame so many things on. And we don't want to do that either. We don't want to put blame on anyone, anything, or even yourself. But what we can do, or what the best thing to do, is just reflect on the past, learn from those mistakes, and look at those accomplishments and look at what you did accomplish. And this is something I always work on, that I work on with my clients. At the end of the year, this is what we do. We reflect on the past year, and we start planning for the future. And we do it in a way to still stay present. So we'll get to that here in a sec as well. So that's the first part of this that I wanted to talk about. And then the other part is planning the future. What that looks like is that could look like setting down and looking through the year and looking at your, what races you're going to do. I don't have very many races on here, but here's just the start of my race list. And this is actually what I do with my run coach as well, is we talk about, our goals. We have, our yearly goals, but we break them down also into smaller goals, which I believe is really helpful. Actually, my coach doesn't do that with me, but that is what I do with clients, is I break down our big goals into smaller goals. So then there are smaller things that we can focus on, and we get those small wins, and it makes us feel, more accomplished, and then we have more energy and we feel more excited to keep going. When we don't feel like we get those small wins, then that's when we kind of lose that momentum. So that's what you can do there for, really just focusing on planning that future. But I encourage you to just, sit down and, figure out what races you want to do, figure out what are your goals, what is most important to you next year. I know a lot has changed, a lot has been going on about just kind of what's been going on in life, and how maybe the world may never be the same again, or, we may never go back to our normal as we thought it was before 2020. And so I know a lot of people are making big life decisions, and a lot of changes are happening. So it's really important to think about what is most important to you in this next year, and how do you do that? And then the next step is, what do I need to get there? Who do I need? Do I need somebody to help me? Do I need guidance? And who or what do I need to get there? Is it a community? Is it having a community of other people that are trying to achieve a similar goal? Is it, having a coach or somebody to guide you to, make sure that you're staying on track with nutrition, and getting your training done, and keeping you accountable, right? Really really just figure out, first you have to figure out your goals and reflect on the past in order to really figure out, well, what do I need now? What do I foresee I need for this next year? So then you don't feel either way, right? We want to stay present. We want to still be able to stay present and enjoy the journey. And this is also what I wanted to tie in here, is, there's value in reflecting on the past. There's value in planning for the future, but it's also very important that we focus on the present and be present, because what happens when we focus so much on one goal, I could tell you guys a story if you want to hear it, but we can focus so much on that one goal, say it's qualifying for Boston, that nothing else in life matters and everything else may feel like it's falling apart. And then when you don't make that goal, it's very, very crushing. It hurts your identity. It hurts, it just hurts your self-esteem. It just completely shatters you. And then you just feel so broken. And then you realize, but I never enjoyed the journey. And that's what's so important, is that as runners, I think a lot of times we can do that. We are very goal oriented and we feel like, okay, we have a goal, we're going to do this, and may or may not achieve it. And then, then we just feel like we haven't, I guess we haven't really enjoyed or embraced the time that we had. And life goes by faster than we think. I really believe, the older I get, that life really does go really fast and it's moving a little bit slower than we really think it is. But we only have so many years to live here and we should be enjoying it. And really, how we find, as we call it, enlightenment, or how we find our peace and not feeling like we're getting pulled either side and feeling depressed or having anxiety, is really just being at peace with where you're at, accepting where you're at right now, surrendering to what is happening, and really just staying as present as possible. And today, I think it's really hard to do that. I can't speak and I can't say, what other people have experienced in the past, because I didn't live that life, and how hard and tough and challenging it could have been then. But what I do know is right now, in the life that we are living, is there are definitely many challenges going on, and things are changing, and we all have, big decisions to make that can make us feel like we're not as peace anymore. So I think it's a really good time to really think about what we really want, what is most important to us. And I know some people that have gave up running. Francisco is on here. He's one of them that decided that he just wanted to retire from running this year. And I totally understand that. And then there are others that are still going at it, that still want to keep going, and that know that running places a really important part of who they are and what they enjoy doing. And they want to keep doing that, because without that thing, it might be harder to deal with life challenges without running. And I know for me, at least for myself, that's also one of the things that I love about running, and why I've gotten into doing this to help other people as well, because it's had such a profound impact on my life. And I know, without running, it would be, I'd probably be in a much different place, or, things would be a lot harder for me to handle, challenges and things that have happened, maybe a lot harder to handle, because I just, wasn't a runner. So those are some of the things, that I just wanted to focus on, is, really, as I said, just to kind of summarize all of this, of this kind of quick little talk here that we had today, is just, remember to, reflect. It's okay and it's important to reflect on the past. It's good to plan for our future, to what we want 2022 to look like, but we also want to remember to still continue to focus on staying in the now, And just some tips I actually want to share real quick as well. If nobody has read The Power of Now, you should definitely read it. This is probably where a lot of this information that I'm telling you is really coming from. And just learning and reading this stuff to me has been just enlightening and just like, wow, like this makes so much sense, but I just never thought of it this way. It's very, very powerful, and it really helps you to just, have more peace in your life. And some of the things that it's been really helping me with, that I've been really trying to consciously do, is really just be more present. And when I go on runs, I've actually been trying to do this more. When I go on my run, instead of letting my thoughts run, which often that's just how I've always been. When I go for runs by myself, I never have music or anything. I'm just usually lost in my thoughts in my head. But lately, what I've been doing is really trying to look at the scenery, listen to the sounds around me, whether it's the traffic, the birds, the wind, feel the cool, the cool air on my skin. And just kind of really embrace my senses. And this has actually been really helping me to stay in the now. Same thing when I get in the shower after my run. I really have been, I'm still working on it, but I've been really trying to focus on, the feeling of the water and the warm water, and just being so, so grateful for that. So those are just some of the practices that I've kind of helped me to stay present. So hopefully, just wanted to share that as a quick note to, if that's helpful. So, as I said, there's a place to reflect on the past. There's a place to also plan for futures. But the best place that we can possibly be in to really, really, I guess, find our happiness or find our peace is to just stay as present as we can in the now. And that's going to really help you to also enjoy the journey, enjoy your journey of life, enjoy your journey of running, however long that may be. And also just know that there are coaches, there are communities, there are local running groups, there are places that you can do and get involved with and be involved in, and people that are out there that want to help you. And you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to, be scared or fearful or any of that. And that's why we're here, to really help you and guide you so you have a better experience as well, and learn about these things as well. These are all things that I talk about and bring to my clients. Yes, we focus on talking about, or really, of course, we give them a training plan. I give them we work on nutrition, we have a nutrition plan, but we also talk about these things as well, because it's important, and I want you guys to have the best journey and the best experience that you can. And my hope is that you do enjoy running if you're new to running, and you stay in the sport as long as you possibly can. And I know that's not always the case with a lot of people, but that is my hope. So with that, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And if you guys do have any questions, of course, you are welcome to reach out to me. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. So if you don't have Facebook or don't really like getting on Facebook, you can always watch these videos on YouTube. You can also check out the podcast, the Plant-Based Performance Podcast. And these episodes are usually uploaded right to there. So you can also take me on your run if it's easier for you that way. And also make sure, if you're not already, you are in the Plant-Based Performance running community group. It's a free group, so there is lots of content and a great community to help you on your journey. So it's a really great place to start if you're new. And also, if you've been here for a while and you haven't heard, make sure to also check out on how to work with me, the new program that will be starting in 2022, the Run on Plants Academy. We are now enrolling, and I am offering a holiday promo if you do get into that program for 2022 by the end of the year. So make sure to check that out as well. If you want more information, I can post it below, or you can just reach out to me. So thank you guys again, and I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk soon. Keep running and eating plants. Bye.